Hello and welcome back to Cyber Mutation. Today let's discuss about what is remote access trojans. Remote access trojans are a malicious program that allows hackers to take control of a victim's computer from a remote location. This is what you have often seen in movies where hackers can access someone else's device and do some specific task which and block the user from doing something. What is the basic definition? Trojan horse malware that hides in presence and gives an attacker remote control over a victim's computer. It has many capabilities, like it can work as a keylogger and capture your keyboard strokes. It can take screenshots, it can record audio, even it can access your camera and see your live video from your What are the indicators? We'll see that in detail at the end, how we can detect Trojans and how we can stay aware from Trojans and how Trojans spread. Now, how does it actually works? The first thing is that hacker uses some techniques to deliver the payload to you. It can be a phishing scam, social engineering where you get a call from someone to install something and you will get paid, or it can be some exploit kit like rat. Once the virus is downloaded and executed into your system, command and control phase comes where hacker will perform few tasks to get the access of your system, and he will make a persistence over that. So whenever he wants, he can access that. Here also backdoor creation phase enters and bypassing of network security and some privilege escalation process is done. And once that is done, the attacker can take the remote control of victim's machine and he can almost do everything what a user can do by accessing the device physically. What are the methods which are used to spread the rat? First is phishing mails, where you get a mail which looks very legitimate. A document might be attached to it, or it can be executable file or an application. When you install the application, automatically you open the application, you will feel that this application is not fishy, but virus might be binded with the real application, and once you execute the application, the payload will also be executed and your device will be infected very soon. Another trick is exploit kit, which has vulnerabilities in softwares and browsers which are leveraged. This scenario is very less likely to happen if you are updating your browsers and operating systems and other softwares regularly. And last, we have social engineering, where hacker can use social media and he can also communicate one to one or on a call and trick you into installing the rat. Firstly, we can use task manager and we can monitor the CPU utilization and the processes going on, and we can easily end the processes which are unwanted and we can discover something fishy in the processes. Another, we have antivirus software which will block the rats from getting installed and being executed. And then we have firewalls which can monitor all the network traffic coming in and going out, and it can alert you when there is something suspicious. You can also implement a IDS intrusion detection system to alert you if you want an alert. And there are many other network security features. Now, what are the risks associated? Your data can be lost. A data breach can be easily. Further infection. Rat can further infect into another system. Like we have seen in malware threat that there are worms which replicate themselves into another device connected in network. Same goes with rat. A rat can also be made a hybrid virus, making it worm, and you can lose the control of the system. Hacker might lock you out by changing the password, or he also might delete the files or restrict your access from your system only, and that will be a worst nightmare for any IT professional or normal person. What are the preventive measures to avoid rat? First is be careful online. Just be aware that what things you are downloading into your system and what things you are installing and what is the capability of certain softwares and which permissions you are giving to them. Second, use solid password. Have strong and unique passwords with a lot of numbers, special characters, alphabets, and try to keep it complex. And update your softwares regularly. That is the best thing which you can do to maintain your digital hygiene. How you can respond to a rat if you have been attacked? Firstly, you need to disconnect your device from internet, and this will make the hacker lose his control over the system. And then you can analyze the spread of the attack. You can report the attack to IT department if you are in an organization, and they will respond with a nice recovery procedure where all the damage or the files will be deleted, malicious files, and if they are able to restore some deleted files by hacker, then it will also be done. And reinstall the device and change your password. You can reset and reboot your devices to do a fresh start. Right? That's the thing. Now we'll see that how we can make a rat practically in Kali Linux. Okay, so I am here in my Kali Linux window. Firstly, we'll open our terminal over here. And here we will make our first payload. But firstly, we need to go in certain path. So we'll go to file systems, var www, all the files over here. We'll firstly open terminal and we'll give su, which will give us the access of. You can see when you have the access of normal user, you will see the dollar sign over here. Right, su, it will ask you for password of your Kali, and once you enter your password, you will see the shows that now you are a root user and you will never face any errors like permission denied. Okay, now let's see what are the files. We need to delete both the files to make our server visible. So we will just rm remove one file is remaining. We'll remove that also. All files are deleted. We'll just clear our window, and now we'll create our payload. So we will create our payload with help of a tool which is known as Metasploit framework. Metasploit frameworks help you to create rats. You can also create Windows rat, Linux rats, mobile phone, Android phones rats, iPhones rat, and many things. Okay, so today we will discover Android rat. So firstly, to create a rat, we need to create a payload. We can use command msf venom for payload, and the payload we are going to use is reverse TCP. Your L host, which is local host. So what this rat will do is, once it is installed in user system, it will gives us remote connection to us. We need to mention our IP, which is 192.168.0.108. So we'll give it over here. Port, which is also give 444. We just need to give a port which is not. We give the name of application we want. So let's name avast.ap. I think it is Avast antivirus. Okay, so the invalid payload. Okay, we have got this error because I guess spelling of Android is wrong. So we'll just we'll try again. Rats are basically because hackers can never hack into a system directly because there are some security features. So what this will do is we will install this payload with social engineering or phishing mail, and we can see over here that our payload is ready, avast.apk, right? You just have to install it in. You have to just send it to a victim. So what you can do is you can use a command Apache to start. This will start Apache server, and by accessing this IP, you can download this payload which we have created. Firstly, we will start the Apache service, and I will use my Android phone. I will install the payload. You have to just download the APK, and you have to open it, and you have to just install. It will say that the file is malicious. You have to just go on to more details, and you have to give install anyway, and then you just have to open the application. But before that, we need to start our listener over here. What are listeners? So as RAT, which is reverse access tool or remote access trojan, which will give a reverse connection, the victim's device will come back to us. Okay, so for that, first we need to create a place where they will come back. So for that, we'll just go to MSF console, and we will start our handler over there. You can also remember it as listener. There are many other payloads than Android Metapreter Reverse TCP, like Windows Metapreter Reverse TCP. Then for iOS also they have multiple payloads. This is the UI. There are total 968 payloads, out of which we are using this one. So now quickly let me set up my handler. My handler is set here. I will just first set my payload, which is Metapreter Reverse TCP. There is always a D missing in Android. Need to write here set payload. Okay, your payload is set. If you don't know that what are the options you need to set in handler, then you can see right show options, and you can see here we have lhost and lport. So lport is default set to 444, but we will have to change it to 555 because we have given 555 in our lport over here. So what we'll do is we will just give set lport 5. Our lport will be changed. Now we'll again see show options. It is 555. We have to just give lhost. We will write set lhost just enter. Everything is set. Now if you check show options, you can see that everything is set in your payload. Now you just have to do is exploit. You have to open the application victim's device, or victim might have opened it already. Victim has opened. You will see that Metapreter session 1 will be opened, and you can just give help command to know the things which you can do. So over here you can dump the SMSs, You can get the location by geolocate. It will send you coordinates. You can also execute a file or command. You can check the IP. So let me give ifconfig and see that what is the IP address of the hacked device. So here is the IP addresses and hardware MAC of the device, which is 192.168.102, right? And we can also do some more fishy stuff, like we can also send SMS, and we can also install application which we want to install. For example, we can also use dump call log, which will show all the call logs. So if anyone who is trying to know that who your person is calling to, you can just install ret and you can do dump call log, and it will automatically dump call logs. Over here you can see the text file which will have all the call logs. I will not open this file because of course there is some personal information of mine in it, but you can check, and you can also dump SMS, you can send SMS and many other things. So that's the thing with rats. We have just created one rat which is .apk. We can also create many different rats. And one other thing, that once you open your Kali Linux, you might not have this IPv4. You will have IPv6 address, or you will have 10.0. something IP, which will not work in Metasploit. You will need your private IP address, and for that you have to go to your machine, and in you have to go to network, and you have to change this to bridged adapter. If it is net, then it change it to bridge, which I have done already, and then do the whole process. And if also it is bridge and it is not working, then you can change it to net, vice versa, and you will get this IP address and you can perform the task. But once you have changed this, just click OK and restart your Kali Linux, and then everything will be done. I hope you understood. If you have any query, you can just book a session with me where I will guide you one-to-one in live.